She who resides over power
I know her unmatched power well. This is your trial.
and the epitome of her strength.
She has felled many. Relax and ascend to heaven.
Margaret is defined by her powerhouse personas and overwhelming movement. She can be played in many different ways, all requiring you to master her personas to accomplish her goals. This video is designed for all levels and any ability, and she's usually considered difficult, but it's mostly about understanding details the game doesn't tell you about. But Margaret actually has many alternatives, so do whatever feels comfortable to you. I'll have an advanced label, but it's not something that's required to do right away. For the table of contents, I'll be going over her moveset, how her personas work, some simple strategies, and how her combos work. And for outside sources, please look the links below.
Let us begin this joyous of times.
"5A" is a literal laser poke, cancel into any button at any range. It's a great way to break up personas without giving up your own persona cards. In exchange, you can crouch under 5A unless they're directly next to Margaret. Don't mash auto combo in neutral because if they jump, it's very difficult to combo. But she can use it after 5B, and she's the only one that can do this. Use 2A as your main low mix-up, and it's an easy confirmed block. Contrary to what it looks like, it doesn't slide under things easily, but it does work as a low-key anti-air by going under higher jumps. Master both parts of 2B, the anti-air portion and the elbow. The elbow is your high damage defense option without meter. Use this wisely. "5B" can cancel into 5A and vice versa, so Margaret is always in range to start offense. "JB" is basically an air dash with a hitbox. Chase them down. Be annoying to chase down. It also lacks landing recovery, so you can stay low to the ground and swoop in. It's not an overhead, but it leads to utter overheads, especially with JC and JT. "JA" is a fast, repeatable overhead, but a hitbox slightly behind Margaret, and is also very good as an air-to-air. "J2B" is a pseudo dive kick that can be used as an instant overhead or double overhead, and also an air combo ender, so it's very versatile. The namesake Ultra Suplex is Margaret's DP. It's invincible, but it can be escaped the same way as a normal throw. The main way you use this is to counter autopiloting. You want them to land in front of you before you commit, but it has a high margin of error. You're stuck in one place, and literally anything that stays airborne will probably beat it. It's by far the most iconic and slayful way to win, though. Hands down. 10 out of 10.
ウルトラスープレックスホールド
Want to own the ground? Throw the book at them, because that's the law. Clean the screen, just like a broom sweeper will clutter off the screen. It hits low and is special cancel. You can even move in from full screen. You can use it to go under pokes like Masuru 5A and now coming 5B. It's not just for zoning, you can use it offensively for pressure. All-out attack is a tracking teleport that hits overhead and behind him. But in exchange, it's extremely slow, it's unsafe on block, and it has a lot of recovery, so it's very easy to punish without thinking. Use it to call out something with known startup and recovery that they have nowhere to go, or call out full screen moves. Here are a list of combos you can do from them, so make sure if you use it, make it count. Throw is extremely strong. It sends them full screen and combos if it hits the corner. Here's a couple of ways to do throw. There's many different ways to do throw, so make sure you have a couple of them on hand. Throw can super cancel into tornado, and this is extremely valuable because it's truly unburstable and leads to even more burst safe damage. Here's what throw looks like with full resources in the corner. It's very valuable to do, so I highly recommend picking this one up. Ardha is also strong because it puts a knockdown right in front of Margaret, so you can mix them up or do combos, but they do require counter hit if you want a combo. Ardha is a key defensive option in this game. You can combine it with the fuzzy jump OS, and it'll annoy people who try to jump over you. Now let's begin discussing how personas actually work. You can only have one persona active at a time. You must wait until the persona has completely finished recovery or is allowed the cancel options on contact. Once they are finished recovering, you can use any persona that's available. This property is basically called displacement, and you can keep this going indefinitely. Margaret has to master this to be able to combo anywhere on screen at a moment's notice. It is basically like a relay race. Be sure to swap between them seamlessly, but it can work against you. Be aware of spacing and their moves' properties. A few moves are coded to have fixed positions no matter what. Personas tend to face the opponent, and I'll just call this autocorrect. This combines with displacement, so make sure you're ready to convert if you have your personas out. Certain moves are invincible until they become fully active, where you cannot touch the persona at all. These are mainly your C normals, except J22C and all of her special moves. This helps you cut off mashing and approach it. The catch is that this property goes away with displacement. You want a fresh persona without the big tarot card symbol. If you lose all 8 persona cards, you have to wait 24 seconds, and it's all on you and you're out of luck. Be mindful of how you're using your personas. The opponent can easily break them if you're overusing them in pressure, or if they have active projectiles to keep on the screen. Chulainn is about long reach and lockdown. 5C is so huge that it reaches round start easily, so you'll need to know how to punish off of it often. They're scared of 5Cs that are going to try to either go under it with sweep or make you whiff with roll. J2C is an aerial stop sign and very useful for her air combos. If you want to use it the same way as 5C, you have to be predictive and be in the right spot. 2360 is a durable spear that shreds through projectiles, pretty much only losing to supers or something equally as strong. It can shut down neutral if you act fast, but if you're stuck in recovery, they can easily move past this. The D version is a very strong combo tool that confirms off any touch once they're hit crouching. It also excels in pressure. It has huge pushback and is safe at -5, but it ends your turn. But it gives you enough time to see what they're going to try to do to escape. So you can frame trap or spacing trap them for catching their impatience. When they do become patient, 50 meter gives them very hard to see high-low mix-up. But it does have a gap, so if you get called out, you're stuck there. Except Kanji, his roll doesn't go fast enough, so bully him. The 25 meter version gives you a wall stick in the corner. You can use this for improvised combos to turn tiny hits into significant hits. As you can see, I'm using resets here. The air versions are specifically used for combos where you're very low to the ground or you need something to cancel into really quickly. With 50 meter, the C version is very useful for high-low mix-up. With more resources, you should be able to cash out and win, such as your Tornado Super, which you really have to know how to use. The most common version is your C Tornado with its fast startup and flexible combo options. The 75 meter version ensures that they fall to the ground and is also projectile invincible on startup. The Tornado has a lot of block stuns, so it may be tempting for user for mix-up, but they can guard cancel on reaction to the Super Flash. Here are some ways to combo after Tornado. 2C gives you burst save options, but the damage can be scaled. God Hand works anywhere mid-screen and corner. 2D works mainly in the corner or full screen, with their back to the wall. You can also just use it at the end of meterless combos for extra damage to close out rounds.
Is Isn't this fun?
Yoshitsune is all about aggression and combo utility. 2C and J22C are your major combo extenders, but they also act as punishes because they inflict fatal counter. This opens up otherwise impossible routes, so take advantage if you have the chance. You can change the trajectory by holding back while in midair. This is helpful for certain combos that need you to be close. It's also very strong to apply on knockdowns. If they block it and she lands immediately, she's extremely plus, and can use it for looping knockdowns. JC is a Swiss Army knife, but it might as well be a god button too. You can own disguise in neutrals, it's a great combo extender. You can use it for a double overhead, you can use it for a throw bait, you can use it defensively if they try to throw you, so use it to your imagination. It lacks landing recovery and minimum height, so it's great for safe jumps and for low height offense to bait defenses. If it wasn't abundantly clear, this is a very blessed button, and it's one of my favorite buttons. Go ham with it, just make sure you don't whiff it in the sky. Your 2-on-4 specials are very important for combos, so you'll be using 4 to 5 versions of them on a regular basis. Outside of combos, they can slide under hitboxes raised above the ground, so you can use them to low profile annoying jumping attacks if you have the space for it. You can use it to escape the corner, and you can even use it as a direct anti-air with either A or B version. Not perfect because the persona still can be broken, so be aware against zoners. Also be aware of where you are and what version you're using so you don't get punished easily. Power Slash is your big super that reminds him to not use pressure resets freely. It starts slightly behind Margaret and it can easily tag personas, so get used to hitting them at odd angles and be ready to convert with one more cancel. You can cancel into a second super during the super flash. The primary purpose is for Hasatobi, which gives you extra damage if the combo is a multiple of 8. And yes, this does matter. Even one hit off makes a huge difference in damage to make it worthwhile. As a standalone super, you can use it to call out other supers. B is slower and AB is extra fast. It sounds like you need math, but it's actually quite straightforward. Primarily focus on using J22C as you can easily extend it into burst safe combos naturally. Ardha controls airspace with 2 projectiles that differ in startup and properties. And yes, this does look familiar. Ardha can stay on screen for a long time after use, so this helps with its placement. The ice version keeps Margaret stuck in place, while the fire version retains her movement. Use both versions and combined with her movement to be very agile. Generally, JD is more offensive because it's very plus when she's low to the ground, and J2D is more defensive, she's slow and active. You still use both of them in different ways. Ardha has command grabs with guard pointing to armor through other moves. 5D is a whopping 35 frame startup, so it's not a fast set, but it can deceive them. And yes, sometimes I've tricked myself. The actual goal of 5D is you want to see what they're doing in block stuff, and it can call out rolling if you're fast enough. The main way you counter it is being able to react to the guard point. Jump cancel after it, you can call it out with supers, or you can jump at a time where you don't get grabbed by either version. 2D is mostly for combos, but you can use it for air resets if you're slick. Overall, use both versions of 2D to use her very flexible combo options and resets when needed. God Hand is an important combo tool with 3 set spacings, but you also want to use it offensively. However, it's also slow on its own, so you have to trick them and notice how they're blocking so you can sneak it in. God Hand is kind of risky up close because it has a gap, and if they block it, it will push them back so you can punish with that. It's also always invincible. And this is also okay, heal. Very useful super, but it does 2 things. It resets persona cards and it armors the supers. The main thing is you need to know how long the super lasts so you can get your healing. Here are the frame data. C is kind of in the middle, D is super long, that's what I use, and CD is super fast. And very likely misinput doesn't use a good slide, so just keep that in mind and be aware if you're in the late game. Anyway, a collapse is near, so you should watch this.
Watch me eat.
Fortune is going so ham right now. All right, burst. We got 8 seconds left. Oh! He went for the heal! He went for the heal! That is the only time in the world I have ever seen heal be a good decision. Yeah. It is always a misinput, and Fortune's like, I play this character. Check this out.
I ate, but this super sucks.
How the? Don't touch.
Okay, now you need to know how to put them together. That's what a string is. You want pre-planned game plan so you know what to do as soon as it happens. 5A, 5B is mainly aggressive and defensive at the same time. So mainly it's going to be a deterrent. You're going to keep them from trying to approach or retreat. Note that if you're too far, 5A, 5B has a gap, and you'll need to counter-hit the combo. 5A, 5C is a safe poking option that also works as a combo extender from far away. This is your main options off 2A. It's a very easy way to confirm off of it. And it also leads to the auto combo, which you can block string with 2 on 4A, delay it to frame trap on its own, and combo with 2 through 6D. 5B is a way to sneak in 5A to a mid block string, and that opens up more cancel options. Using 2C mid block string means you're trying to call something out. However, note that there's a massive gap with 2C. You can use it at 5A to call out buttons with a button that's faster than 5C. You can use 5B to counter sweep attempts that would try to go under 5C. And if they block 2C, you can get small gaps or completely gapless pressure, but some will always have a gap. 5C, 5B brings you forward from a very far poke, and 5B, 5C is the opposite, pushing them out and using your big pokes to force a punish attempt. 5JBJC is a great air-to-ground tool that you can open them up with multiple overhead options and easily confirms. The key to JBJC is to alter your height and timing to sneak in different things and be low enough to block potential escape options. JCJD is a similar thing, although you're generally higher off the ground, so you're really looking to abuse your spacing advantage. Pretty much everyone is going to experience 2B2C at some point. It's extremely rewarding, but only on counter hit. A normal hit is entirely unsafe and they can mash through that gap if they know. However, 2B5C is a block string option and will combo a normal hit, so you need to know which version you want to use if you need to. Also, the anti-air version of 2B naturally goes into J2C. However, this naturally keeps you hanging, so be aware. Now it's time to vary your offense. First we have frame traps, which you can intentionally delay your moves to punish matching. You can wait for a moment to see if they will roll. You can need to get info and hide your intentions so they don't know what you're trying to do. Seeing how they block can give away information like jumping or rolling, which requires standing. So you want to get them used to a rhythm and then constantly change up that rhythm so they can't defend properly. You also need to take into account what they can do so you don't get messed up. First, Margaret's combo theory. Combo into 5E or 5C, then one of these 3 moves based on how they got hit, and then you'll end with one of these 3 moves based on where you are. These are the common moves to pick up from ground to air, and these are the main routes you do once you are in the air. especially know how you plan to combo after God Hand, which is mainly your big damage combos. Many air combos involve JD or J2C into J214B. The button before J214B has big implications for Yoshitsune, so be aware of what you do. Now we're going to start the 214A combos on the ground. Without auto combo, you're just mainly trying to get as close as possible and doing 214A. If you do use auto combo in the corner, you specifically need all 5 hits to combo. With the auto combo route, make sure you cancel 5B immediately. You can also hold 6 so the auto combo special doesn't come out. You want to give a little space so 214A has a little time to travel before it hits. If you do it perfectly, you'll be able to get a safe jump that blocks the P on landing and hits media as they get up. It doesn't safe up everything though. Here is your main anti-air combo, and in the corner you can now extend it further with 2A5C. Be sure that you're dashing the 5C mid-screen. You can do the same route while hitting some standing with a good starter. The overall goal of this combo route is to send them full screen, usually with characters that can't do anything about it. 214B is a great corner carry route where you can link 2B afterwards for a good knockdown. I'm 2B once you see them become upside down completely. This combo route is strong with J22C, where you can do a looping knockdown over and over if they don't block. There's multiple ways to misinput this setup, so make sure you're practicing this exact combination on screen. Now the big damage combo. We're breaking it down, 2C into 2D, J22C, God Hand, find a way to pick up after it and then end the combo. There's many ways to time J22C, and sometimes this timing depends on where you are on screen, so give you multiple ways to move. If you find that J22C is missing, remember that you can hold forward to shorten the trajectory. When you time God Hand, it must be near the highest possible so you can recover fast enough to do a button. 2B is usually easier, 5B needs you to be direct very close to them. If you want to do JD, remember that you must be above them and use some delays. Here are some alternative enders if you do not want to use JD. There is a different way to do JD if you don't like the way the first combo went, and this version also allows J2C. Overall, there is a lot, but I recommend breaking this down and familiarizing yourself and then practicing it repeatedly to make sure you can recognize it in due time.
It seems your trial is complete. Your power surprises me. If possible, I would like to see you here again.